Hi everybody, hi, it's Caroline from Lark, here to show you, or just to refresh your memories on the first part, the first square of the mitre blanket. So what I've done already is I've cast on 51 stitches and I've just about finished the first row, which if you remember from the pattern is all garter, is all knit. So the whole blanket is actually in garter stitch. So I've stopped just before the end of the first row, just to remind you that when we get to the very last stitch, we bring our yarn forward and then we purl slip this last stitch off. So we slip it off purlwise. So we go in through the front of the stitch, slip it off the needle, and then we turn our needles round, ready to start the second row, which is our decreasing row. Now this pattern of slipping one purlways at the end of each row happens on every single row that you do, and when you start every row you always start by knitting into the back of the first stitch. So rather than knitting into the front, we knit into the back just of that first stitch. Okay, so here we go, knit into the back of the first stitch, and then we carry on with normal knit stitch going into the front of each stitch, and we knit another 23 stitches. So there's number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's pull myself a little bit of wool there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So if you wanted a double check, you should now have 24 stitches, and I don't think I have. I've miscounted somewhere. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yes, I have 24 there. Okay, so now we're on to our decrease, and this is the same decrease that you will do on every decrease row. So every odd row you will, every second alternate row you will do this decrease. Okay, so you will slip one off and then you will knit 2 together, and then you will pass that slip stitch over your knit 2 together, and that forms your decrease, which will pull the knitting in to make your mitre. And then you continue knitting, so you should have 24 stitches left to knit. You'll knit 23 of them, because don't forget, on that very last stitch we're going to pull the yarn forward and we're going to slip that stitch off purlways. So we're just about at the end of the row. We've come to the last stitch, so I'm going to bring my yarn forward and I'm going to slip that last stitch off purlways, ready to start my next row, which is my third row, and that's going to be just a plain knit all the way along. Okay, so that is the pattern, the format that you use. Obviously each decrease row you will be decreasing, you will be knitting 1 less on each side, and if you follow your pattern you'll soon get into the swing of it. Okay, because you will be decreasing 2 stitches on each row. I hope that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.